What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to go over the 4-1-2-1-2 meta custom tactics and instructions. I'm going to go through all of it. Just want to say as well, this one does not defend, nothing funky. It doesn't defend in a 4-4-2. It defends in a very narrow 4-1-2-1-2 to centralize in a central area of the pitch, and it attacks in a 4-1-2-1-2. Very, very good for applying pressure. Let's go straight into tactics. I'll explain to you how you can fine-tune tactics in the end, because I know people just skip through the tactics. I don't know why, to be honest, because they never get better at the game. But I suppose they can just keep coming back and watch my videos and I get more views. So either way. So pressure no touch, what we've gone for, it's basically a balanced, but pressure no touch basically means when there's a big chance you win the ball, AI basically assists you and they press together to get the ball. If you're not fine with this, just use balance, but I use pressure no touch because I trust myself, again, depending on your play style. Now the width, we've put 65. Now, because we don't defend in a 4-4-2, the 4-1-2-1-2 is a very narrow formation. We don't want it to be too narrow. Now, contrary to belief, 100 width will not make the team left mids and right mids. It will just make the 4-1-2-1-2 itself a bit more wider. So that's what we basically done. You're still going to defend a narrow unit. Don't think this is some crazy width with gaping holes is the kind of key terminology I see people getting when they concede from a defense, from like a counter attack. So it's still going to defend in a 4-1-2-1-2. The depth, 50 or 55. If you're on old gen, you may want to kick this back a little bit. If you're on new gen, maybe a bit higher. That's what I would say for old gen and new gen differences. Build up play now. I would say this one you can go fast build up or long ball or balanced. I would say use long ball, stick with it. If you find it a bit too fast, go balanced. If you find it a bit too slow, go fast build up play. That's the way to know if it suits you for your play style or not. This is one of the few videos where I actually recommend fast build up play. So you can use that. It's very, very good when you win the ball back and you counter him very, very effectively. Chance creation, as I always mentioned, direct passing or forward runs will depend on your play style. For this one, it's kind of similar. But what you're seeing right now is when you go down the wing, and where this formation excels, is this left mid and right mid, or left center mid, right center mid, coming inside the box when you do a sweat. If you are playing on new gen, I would say use direct passing. On old gen, use forward runs, but I would still recommend direct passing, okay? So use direct passing, that's where it would work well and work best with, especially with the new gen, the defensive line, how they sit so deep. Your players are going to be in between that, especially when you get the ball back. Now the width, we've actually reduced it down gradually to 45. Now, it's still a very narrow formation. What we've just done basically here is I want it to be a bit more close together. I kind of want the strikers to be close together. That way it makes more space for left center mid and right center mid. Simple, is very balanced. 95% of you are not, 100% of you probably not going to do it, 50, 45 anyway. Players in the box, we put this on 7. The idea is when we do go down the box, we want as many players, especially at left center mid and right center mid, in the 4-1-2-1-2. You got CDM sitting. You want these guys to get inside the box. So that is the key with this formation. That's why we've got 7 players inside the box. I personally use long ball, and that is the tactics. Again, those who want to copy it, they can copy it. For those who want to get better and change it, I'll explain that towards the end. Now, the instructions itself. This is slightly important, but you can change, okay? I have personal preference, stay forward, stay central, okay? This is just personally my personal preference, okay? Now, I know some of you guys use these players on balance, okay? Now, the reason why I put them on stay central is I always want my top tier striker in the middle. Let's say, for example, if you're playing, let's say, I don't know, a 4-1-2-1-2 and you got, for example, I don't know, someone like Zaha here and you got R9. I would never want R9 on the wing and Zaha centrally if I had that choice. So that is why I always put stay central on the striker. So the main striker, the guy that you trust a lot, is going to be the one that you put on stay central. I've also put him on stay forward and I put him on get it behind. Simple as that, okay? Then we go up to the other player and we put him on balance, get it behind. Now the reason why I put this player on balance, this is important. Because you lack the left center mid and right center mid, especially if you do those long through balls, they run or make a target in this position or run into those wide areas. So having one of them on wide and one of them on stay central actually works quite well. I just tried it one day, thought about it, experimented, and it actually works quite well. So that is something that I would suggest. For the cam, stay forward, get into the box for a cross. Left center mid and right center mid, we got them on basically balanced. Or if you want to make it very attacking, you need them on get forward. The most important thing is put them both into get into the box for a cross. Before I go any further, this video is of course sponsored by my Patreon series, patreon.com/NealGuides. For those that want to get better at FIFA, you can come join my FIFA School Series. We are still running it. It's been going well. Hundreds of people have joined already. And if you don't get better after 1 month, there's a money back guarantee. I think that's even say anything else for that. You don't get better, we refund your money. That is it. That's my plug. And let's go back into the video. So both left centre-mid, right centre-mid, as I said, balance. Now, the CDM is on cut passing lane, stay back while attacking, and cover centre. There's something I want to mention here that's very, very important, okay? These players are very effective when you go down the wing, okay? So I'm going to try to draw this out. Now, don't forget, the left centre mid and right centre mid have get into the box for a cross, okay? So what this means is, let's say hypothetically speaking, when we are attacking, for example, like here, when we're going down the wing over here, you want the left centre mid and right centre mid to come inside. That's what creates... Have you ever wondered how people, for example, get the ball with the right mid, pass the ball, and they're always free for the first time shot? Well, this is why this formation works extremely well with it. So we need one player outside the box that can stay back. I would recommend someone that's got good agility and balance. Don't put someone clunky here. I tried Declan Rice there, he's good. But I'd want someone like Hakimi, someone very, very agile. That's what I would say. Left back and right back, they're both on stay back while attacking, and they're on balance. Now, if you want to, you can put these guys on balance. But what my advice is, just trigger them yourself with the L1 button. And that way, they can do the pass inside the box. So don't actually, because you see, leaving this unbalanced, it's sometimes just one, then they dither around, they don't do anything. Your opponent gets the ball, one team is in play, runs behind, that's it, you're done. You can't stop the counter attack. So that's why I'd rather control it myself, and that's why I leave it unbalanced, okay? That's what I do in terms of the tactics over there. Now, going back into the video, there's something I wanted to mention to you guys. Tactics itself, it's a bit like going to buy a suit, okay? I'm actually very interested in suits, right? Let me explain this to you, right? The best advice I can give you, for example, if you're ever going to buy a suit is when you buy it off the rack, should I say, the suit's never always going to fit you perfectly. Your trousers are going to be a bit too big for you. Your arms length might not be too big, it might be too long. It doesn't show enough cuff. All these things, okay? It's important for you to understand this. And the reason I'm giving this example is tactics itself is like going into a shop, buying a suit that's too big for you, that will get the job done for your wedding, but then you want to go and get it done by a tailor, and you want to tailor it to your playstyle. So thankfully, from my knowledge and experience that I've gathered, and from my testing that I do, when I release a tactic, it works. For 99% of players, it works. Unless they make a defensive mistake, let's say run out with their centre back, they're going to concede anyway, doesn't matter what tactics they use. But if you use it, it'll work 8 out of 10 times. For those who want to make it 9 or 10, you got to make those fine adjustments, okay? So if you're sitting here saying, you know what, pressure on heavy touch, I don't need it. I'm the rank 1 player. I can use team press if I need to, and I can use teammate contain. So just leave it unbalanced. There's no need for you to use it on pressure on heavy touch then. If you know you're a very weak player when it comes to pressing, and let's say you need to press, then you can use team press or press off possession loss. And equally, if you're at that stage where you're like, you know what, I'm conceding too many goals, then put it on balance. Change it for your playstyle. Unless I say something is set in stone, then don't do it. Because the truth is, bespoke tactics, for example, like a bespoke suit, is very, very expensive. It takes a very, very long time. For example, I've done bespoke tactics for clients. It takes a long time to look at the gameplay, see what works, and get the perfect tactic for them. And even then, they might not like it. Exactly as that. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to buy the off-the-rack suit, go get it tailored, okay? Get it suited for your playstyle. Let's be honest. You want to be dressed like that guy over there with his size 13 shoes. That's what I want to mention to you, because at the end of the day, it's all about adapting it to your style. It's the same reason why there's going to be like 0.1% of you guys that will like possession. Now, but 99% of you watch this video, it's not going to apply to you. But it's going to be that one player that's like, you know what? I don't like direct passing. I'm going to use possession no matter what Neil says. That's good. There's nothing wrong with it. These guys that say, oh, these are my pro tactics 20 and 0 and all this. Guys, if you just copy it, you know, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make you a 20 and 0 player. You can give a pro basically the most balanced tactics. Yeah? Do you know what they're going to do? Give any pro player, I promise you, any proper pro player, right, that actually knows the game inside out, right, and doesn't abuse the game, that plays good football, they're going to win with just 50-50. They're still going to get 20 and 0. Because the tactics, it helps elevate someone who doesn't know what they're doing in terms of tactics. And that is why tactics help the majority of you guys. But you don't understand. People, for example, they have these tactics. Like, you know what? Halfway through the weekend league, I'm 10-0. Now I'm 10-7. I'm going to change my tactics. Change tactics, it's not the reason why you're losing. You're losing is because the guy is better than you. What was working before you're getting away with, you can't get away with anymore. Don't expect just to go 20-0. I just want to mention that because everyone always keeps talking about it. And I think people always get mistaken in regards to it. Now, will this go in my tactical setup and does it replace my 3-5-2? No, I'll explain that in a video tomorrow. But it can replace it for your playstyle. I'll explain to you how you can put it in if you want to. But right now, I'm not going to put it in because I still find the 3-5-2 much superior compared to this tactic. That is just my personal opinion. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bit of a different one. And by the way, if you do want to follow me on my Instagram, not that I have anything there, but it's instagram.com/NealGuides, and you can see my my pretty funny jokes, to be honest, that I like. Well, if I laugh, so that's all that matters for me anyway. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys next time, or tomorrow, actually. Sorry for tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching, and peace out.